Hello everyone, welcome to our first episode of Platform One Unplugged. My name is Kelsey Hine, this is...
I'm Ava, hi. I'm Charlie.
So, today we're going to be talking about our EPs and our songs that we've been writing for, months now?
Oh god, yeah, ages.
Yeah, so it's been a long time coming, thought this would be quite exciting and quite interesting to do. So, Ava, what is your EP called?
Alright, so my EP is going to be entitled Ice Cream Kisses. We love ice cream.
We do.
We really do.
We do. So, should we talk a little bit about your background? How did you get into music? Why do you like it? What you've been doing before here?
So, I mean, I've always been into music, to be honest, like, just in life.
Yeah.
I've always listened to it and stuff. It's just vibey, isn't it?
Yeah. What did you do before you came to Kentucky?
Before I came here, obviously just in school, just did music, mainly in school and stuff, and a little bit outside of school. I didn't really do that many gigs. That's something that I've got into as I've been coming here and stuff.
Yeah.
So more just on an amateur level more.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What kind of vibe or like the inspos for your songs?
For my songs, oh, so many. So Ice Cream Kisses is based off of a Nirvana like kind of style sound, because I think at the time I was listening to a lot of Nirvana and stuff. I was in that kind of grungy mood, and I was like, I just want to write a song with that kind of vibe, that kind of feel.
See, it's quite interesting actually, because your style of music is nothing like that.
Mm.
Like, you write a lot of like Spanish acoustics, so the fact you like grunge and metal, I find quite interesting actually.
Yeah, I have a very weird taste in music.
But that's cool, it's nice to know you've got different influences coming in to when you write your music.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I think a lot of metal music, anyway, that I listen to, obviously, is very noisy, very loud. But if you kind of look past that and look into more of the theory side of it, it's quite complex in some ways, and I do take quite a lot of inspiration from that. So, like, if you listen, I don't know, like...
Because you said, like, the chord progression's quite influenced by it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean...
What Nirvana song was it?
Something in the Way.
Oh, very nice,
Something
classic.
in the way.
Absolutely.
We love it.
We do.
Yeah. Well, the chord progression for that is just a 2-chord song, so I think that's... Oh, my guitar. Let me do a little demonstration, guys. So, the chord progression to that, I think, is E major, or E minor. Something in the way. Yeah, it's something like that. So it's just that very simple kind of vibe. So what I did, I just reversed the progression basically. So mine's just that. So it's just a reversed progression, arpeggiated, to give it a little bit more of my style.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot more of your style. I find it really interesting that you've took that from a very grunge song and you've made it something very not grunge at all. But it's cool that you found like the inspiration.
Yeah, and I think definitely lyrically in the song, that's influenced a lot by Cobain's kind of writing style, because I mean, if you listen to half of his lyrics, they make no sense whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, I think it smells like Teen Spirit. What are they?
Exactly, they're just so wacky.
Yeah.
So, especially in the chorus of the song, I wanted to give it that kind of vibe, so a very wacky kind of feel. And...
See, with a lot of lyrics, they make no sense at all, but they somehow work.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you could look into the lyrics, like, and develop this whole meaning from it. I mean, there is a meaning to the song, but... lyrically, if you just listen to it from a very simple standpoint, I wanted it to sound a little bit confusing, a little bit weird, a little bit wacky, and
yeah. But it just works. I really like the song, and I love the title of it.
oh, thank you.
Because as well as it being really interesting of your EP title, it's such an interesting, cool name.
It is an interesting name, actually. It wasn't originally meant to be titled that, to be honest.
No, it was one of your other songs, wasn't
Yeah, it was one of my other songs, so Devil's Door, another song that's going on the EP. I don't... I changed it because I don't know, Ice Cream Kisses just felt a lot more like me. So, Devil's Door, obviously, with a lot. It was more to do with the colours, to be honest.
Yeah, because we had a whole discussion
We did,
about
yeah.
photos and the colour theory behind it, because I'm a photographer, so photos and colours are really important.
Photos. Yeah, so with Devil's Door we discussed like quite a lot of reds and quite a lot of burgundies and stuff. That's not really on brand for me. I'm more of a blue kind of girl. Blue, purpley kind of style. So Ice Cream Kisses I thought would tie in a lot of those colour themes that I find representative to my brand a lot more.
Yeah.
And it's just a cool name as well.
Oh god, yeah, no. I think even Devil's Door, that was a really cool title.
Yeah.
But Ice Cream Kisses, it's so unique and it's so different, but I feel like it really, really does work.
It does, yeah.
Like, I don't think I've ever heard anything that sounds like that, which is exactly what we want.
Exactly. That's what I was kind of going for. I wanted something quite unique and stuff.
So leading on to the photo shoots, I was the photographer for Ava's EP out cover photo shoot, whatever.
Yeah.
So we had a meeting before we went on to do the actual shoot, because I like to be nice and prepared, so when I get into the space that we're going to be working in, I know exactly what we're doing, what I'm looking for, what kind of photos I need, what kind of like techniques I should use, maybe colour theory, outfits, hair, makeup. I think about every backdrop colour.
Yeah.
So jewelry.
That was something that I didn't really think about. I mean, when we went into a meeting about it, I was like, oh my god, like I didn't even think of half of this stuff, and it was really interesting actually, kind of going into that mindset, I think.
Yeah, I like to be very thorough and think of everything when I'm planning a photo shoot.
Yeah.
So me and Ava actually did our album shoot at the same time.
We did,
which was
yes.
so much
We did it
fun.
at my house.
So one of the things you said you really wanted was ice cream
Oh yeah.
on the cover, which obviously Ice Cream Kisses, it makes so much sense to have
Oh yeah.
actual ice cream
Well yeah.
on it. But obviously a problem you're going to run into is if you use actual ice cream
Oh god yeah.
under studio lights and maybe like the heating in your rooms and that, it's just going to melt within 5 minutes.
Especially because we were shooting for a couple of hours or so.
It was,
at
I
least.
think altogether it was like 6-7 hours. It was a really,
yeah.
really long day.
It was a really long day.
Worth it, but a long day. So obviously having actual ice cream was just not something on the tables. It was not something that we could use. So that meant I had to do research into looking into how to make fake ice cream, which was so fun, oh my god. So we ended up using frosting.
We
That you
did.
could buy like in the tubs.
Oh god. We went down to the shop, we were all glammed up.
It was so fun.
I live in the middle of the country as well, guys.
Very
So we
rural
were just
area.
walking down this very country lane, all dolled up and everything.
I had my glitter, I had my hair in buns, I had my stripy blazer.
Oh, it was
the whole
great.
thing.
It was absolutely freezing as well. It was so cold.
So cold.
Bless you, you were wearing your really ripped tights as well. I was like, oh my god, Kelsey, like,
It was
how are
so
you not
cold.
freezing to death?
But I looked fabulous.
You
It
did
was
look fabulous.
Absolutely worth it.
It definitely was.
But yeah, we used the frosting. You can buy it pre-made in the tubs. We had sprinkles, we had a flake,
We did have a flake.
and we also used food colouring.
We did. We dyed it blue to fit, obviously, with my brand and stuff.
We also used a tad bit of purple.
We did, yeah.
And so the original plan actually was to have you like holding a cone.
Yes.
The shop didn't have any, so we had to
No.
very quickly adapt. So we had it in a bowl, and
Yeah.
as Ava was mixing the food dyeing with the vanilla frosting, I was like, "Ooh, the swirls look really cool."
Yeah, so I
innit?
just like
like you
sat
know,
there, sat on my floor basically, stabbing my spoon into this ice cream, just like, ooh, look at that.
like you know when you're mixing something and it doesn't quite fully mix, so it's like a
Well,
marble
yeah, exactly,
effect.
yeah.
It looked like that, and it was really cool. So we did some photos with that, and then Ava was looking in her mirror, and it's one of those where it has lights going all the way around it, and I just looked, I was like, it looks like you're backstage ready to like go on stage.
Yeah, it looked
It
very,
was so cool.
it looked very 70s kind of vibe. Like 70s backstage. Oh,
It was
It's
really
stunning.
cool actually.
this
So
was one of the photos that we took, by the way, guys.
yeah, so that is actually just a reflection in a mirror,
Yeah.
which
It's crazy.
I think is really cool. So
Oh, yeah.
on my camera we have a black and white filter, So we just used that, and that was Ava's reflection, you know, zhuzhing up her hair a little bit.
I can't believe that's a reflection, that's crazy.
It's
You wouldn't
very-
think it was.
Very cool.
It's
It's
crazy.
another,
Yes!
it's another little photos.
Yeah, that was me in the studio, recording one of my songs.
It's so funny watching the unglammed version versus the very glam.
It really is, isn't it?
And in the corner you've got all of us on stage at Rough Trade.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Oh, that was such a good gig. It really was. A great gig.
Shall we go on to some fun little questions that we've got
Yeah,
prepared?
let's do it.
So,
Let's do
what is a dream venue that you would love to play? Which I feel like is such a good question that no one
Oh,
thinks
that's
about.
so hard though, because there's so many places that I'd love to. I mean, obviously, very cliche, Pyramid Stage Glastonbury, but that is like top tier. I mean, even Rough Trade, to be honest, that was incredible. Just performing on that stage, because so many amazing artists have
Yeah,
played
it's
on that
really
stage.
like even people like Enter Shikari have played
Exactly,
there.
I know, that is crazy.
Like it's actually mad.
Oh,
I love that.
That was such a dream, just like performing there and stuff.
So we have tattoos written, but Ava doesn't have any tattoos. So what do you have planned, if any?
Not many, to be honest. I want to get a little hummingbird behind my ear, though.
Yes, because that's your logo.
Yes, that is my logo. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little hummingbird, preferably
Very-
behind my ear. That would be cute.
What are your favourite artists or your favourite albums?
That
I
is
feel like
such
this
a-
may shock a few people.
This probably would shock a few people. I don't really know. I've really been into System of a Down at the minute. I
Ooh.
love their music.
Yeah.
Like, his voice. Oh, it's just incredible. And their music, I just love it.
yeah.
Toxicity.
Oh,
Favourite
it's
album.
Such a great
Mesmerise
song.
as well, that's quite... Or is it Hypnosis? One of... Hypnosis, that's the name. Thanks,
Very
Ellie.
nice.
Because...
What's your favourite drink?
My favourite drink? Malibu and Coke.
Classic.
Or if we're doing a shot, Jaeger bomb.
Oh,
All days. I
How
love
could
Jaeger
you know?
bombs.
I'm not drinking with you.
Oh my god, they're so nice though. How do you not like Jaeger bombs? They just taste like cough syrup.
And then kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your favourite gig you've ever watched?
The favourite gig that I've ever watched. Oh, I went to go and see Elvana a couple months ago actually. That was insane. Sounds very weird. Nirvana music, Nirvana band, fronted by Elvis. Impeccable combination. Sounds very strange, but one of the best gigs I've ever been to. The crowd was absolutely wild. It was amazing.
God.
Oh, it was incredible.
What's your favourite song to perform?
My favourite song to perform.
So I feel like that could be a cover or an
Probably
original.
a couple of my own. So Ice Cream Kisses, I love performing live because I do it with a backing track, which is something that I don't usually do with a lot of my songs.
I feel like a lot of artists don't do that very often.
Exactly,
I feel
yeah.
like a lot of people just have backing vocals.
Yeah,
So I think it's quite cool.
it's always really fun to play that one because it feels quite full and stuff, which I enjoy. And Learn to Fly as well. I love playing that one. I love that song.
Awesome.
That's one of mine, by the way. That's not the Foo Fighters one.
So a question that we got in from Instagram was, what's your writing process for writing songs? I feel like this is such an interesting one because it's so individual to everybody.
Yeah, for sure. Usually when I start writing, I start with like something on guitar or something like that. So I start with a chord progression.
Yeah.
And start humming a melody. I kind of usually have an idea of what I want the song to be about before I go into it, and then I just kind of vibe really. There's not
So do you
Yeah.
start from a chord progression and then just build
usually,
on top
yeah.
of that?
Usually I start with a chord progression or a bass line. I love starting with bass line. or
Yeah,
something
I
like that.
noticed you've done that quite a lot actually.
Yeah.
I don't think many people do that, and that's quite an interesting way to go around writing.
I always love writing a good juicy bass line and then building on that.
Oh, yeah.
That's really fun.
I feel like one thing that differentiates between a lot of artists is when do you start writing lyrics? Because some people start writing lyrics
Yeah.
before, like at the very start, and then some people write like at the very end.
I think I've definitely experimented with both ways. The way that I like to do it is I like to take a section of the song, so like I'll start writing a chorus section or whatever, and just kind of sing a few words over it and
Yeah.
develop it over time and kind of build the accompaniment with the lyrics. That's the way that I quite like doing it anyway. I can sit down and write lyrics, but it's not my preferred way of doing it.
Yeah. So, last couple things. Are you thinking about getting merch?
very interesting one, that. Yes,
Yeah.
I am, a little bit. Little pin badges, hopefully.
Oh,
with
it's so cute.
So obviously the EP's got 3 songs on it, so hopefully on each little pin badge there should be like...
So 3 different designs.
Yeah, so
Oh, that's so cool.
3 different designs. So like, probably little illustrations or whatever with a couple of the lyrics on it or whatever.
Yeah.
It'd be quite cute. And collectible items as well, so you can collect all 3 of them.
No, I love that. That's really good.
Yeah.
So, last one. Have you got any upcoming gigs?
Yes, I do have a few. So I've got one at the Bateman's Mill Hotel this Friday. And
Very
then
nice.
in a couple of weeks, on the 12th of Feb, I've got one at the Beer and Bean in Buxton.
Very nice.
Yeah. Awesome.
Cool. Right, we're gonna end this one here. Thank you very much
Yeah.
for watching. Hope you enjoyed.
Awesome.